The time has come. Execute Order 66.
Those born of Mandalore strayed away from the path. Eventually, the Imperial interlopers destroyed all that we knew and loved in the Night of 1,000 Tears.
It's well hidden and unstable. One blast to any part of it will destroy the entire station.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So, you know Star Wars Theory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did you see that live stream that I sent you?
Which one?
Where I was like, look, they're talking about a bunch of stuff that I said.
Yes and no.
Oh, okay. Well, once you get further down into it, the chat starts telling him that Maul is in season 2 of The Mandalorian. Which doesn't make sense because Maul's dead, right? He got killed by Kenobi.
Yeah.
But then they told him to go look in the fire. And you can see this eye that's there. Just like staring, like a bright eye. And it's like he's got tattoos. It looks like fucking Maul, dude. So if anybody wants to, it's season 2. I want to say episode 2. But I'm not too sure. It might be episode 4. Let's see. What does this say? Season 2, episode 2. Yeah, but if anybody wants to go check that out, or season 2. Oh, shit. Anyways, if anybody wants to go check that out, it's season 2. And it's the one with the armor, and she's in the forge, and she's forging something. Mm-hmm. And you do know that she was a Mandalorian at one point, right?
What's a Mandalorian?
Whenever Maul took over the Mandalores.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
She was one of his followers.
Really?
Yeah. Have you not looked at her helmet? It looks like she has little like horns on it,
mm-hmm.
like Maul. Next time you're looking at the armor, look at her helmet, and she's got like little spikes, like God, I forgot his species now.
Shrek.
Yeah, like a Zabrak would.
Sabrak, yeah.
You got close. It put me on track.
Look, as long as we came to the right answer, that's all that matters. It don't matter how much I fumble.
Dude, so also I'm listening
as long as we recover.
I'm also listening to one of the Old Republic books,
mm-hmm.
and I thought that the Zabraks were all male, and then the female were the Night Sisters, because that's the same on the same planet, right?
Right, yeah.
I was wrong about that, because there's a female Zabrak in one of the books I'm listening to.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, fuck. Now I'm wrong.
Well, hell yeah.
So, I mean, it happens. There's so much stuff about Star Wars. I'm wrong a bunch.
There's so much stuff, and I feel like The Mandalorian has potential to break off into its own thing. Not to its own thing, but it can make multiple branches from its own thing.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Do you like Star Wars? Because we do too. Welcome to Nerd Out Nerd Style. I'm Clint Ritchie.
I'm James Orr.
Get ready to nerd out with The Mandalorian. Season 3?
Yep. 3.
Episode 4, The Foundling. Now, before we get into this, I want to know your favorite character. You know what? We'll go least favorite character, make it interesting.
Okay. Yeah, let's change it up. Least favorite character would probably be Ragnar.
Yeah.
Did you get his name too?
Yeah. I fucking hate that kid. Sorry.
All right. So for y'all that don't know who Ragnar is, his name is only said like twice or 3 times, and even in subtitles, it's not in the subtitles. He is Paz Vizsla's son.
Yeah, Paz. It doesn't really matter.
Paz Vizsla's son.
Paz.
Yeah.
Whichever one.
Vizsla's
It's
son.
not Pays. It's not
Yeah.
Pays.
He's the boy that Grogu challenges, or really the Mando Din Djarin, as I'm going to refer to him as long as they're with the Covert, because they're all Mandalorian.
But it said whenever all the other ones were talking, and it came up with Din, it said the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
as his,
the Mandalorian.
Yeah, it said that
Yeah.
for his the
Yeah.
person talking. So I thought that was pretty cool. So everybody out there that was thinking that Grogu's actually the Mandalorian and that's what they're referring it to, you're wrong, because whenever Din talks and you got the captions on, it says the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So,
So, you want to start it? Or you want me to start it?
well, yeah, we didn't talk about why we hate that little kid.
Oh yeah. So I don't like him because he's arrogant and full of himself, and he doesn't even have the
He
technical.
speaks what he does not know.
Yeah. He doesn't have the technical prowess that Well, also he's a kid, right? He just got into the Creed like last episode or 2.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's still fresh.
Yeah,
But-
and then he wanted to make fun of little Grogu.
Yeah, even though
Why
he's
does he
like
have a helmet
Grogu.
on?
Yeah, even though Grogu's like freaking, I don't know, 45, 47 years older than he is.
Yeah, but for Grogu's species, he's still like super young.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard Jon Favreau say that he will be talking, or it was a Dave Filoni, it was one of the two, that he will be talking soon. I don't know if it's going to be in this season or if it'll be next season. If it's soon, next season might be fucking another 2 years. We don't know because this one took forever to come out.
Yeah. Also, COVID's a pain in the butt.
I'm not
Oh,
blaming it on
was.
COVID. Everybody's running around doing whatever they want to. So,
But yeah, why do you don't like him?
I think I said it is because he's he was making fun of Grogu.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know why the bird didn't eat him, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah. Well, Mandalorians have a funny way of surviving being swallowed.
Yeah, if you have bombs.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, so you want me to start it? I'm dying to get to this part.
Yeah, if you want to, go ahead.
All right, let's do it. So it starts off as the opening scene, and my dogs are barking.
Like
It starts
Kyle
off with the opening scene that the Mandalorians, not the Mandalorian, not Din Djarin, but all the Covert are training. Wow. It got intense.
did. Yeah. they just what are they barking at? A squirrel? Shut the fuck up.
That's what I said. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to leave this in there. Fuck it. No. I can cut it. I'll cut it.
No, fuck it. Leave it there, dude. It's hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, leave it there.
Anyways, so it starts off with all the Mandalorians training, right? And it pans around and it sees everybody like fighting, flamethrowers, darts, bullets, grenades, and it shows Bo-Katan like looking around like, this is serious stuff. Like, these people ain't taking this stuff lightly. Like, I'm impressed. Look.
Well, she was part of the Night Owls, right?
Right.
The Night Watch.
Mm-hmm.
So they were it was about like being the strongest. They wanted to overthrow her pacifist sister because they weren't strong.
Yeah.
So now she's looking around and seeing these people who all they do is freaking train. They're just a little weird and they leave their helmet on. So she's loving it.
just a little weird. just a little bit. I love it. And
How do you think they have sex? Sorry, I have to ask you. They can't take their helmet off in front of another person.
Well, no one said you can't take off your clothes. You just can't take off your helmet.
So you're gonna be.
Yeah. Hey,
Hey,
at
you
least
don't
you
have
don't
to
have to
worry-
worry about what they look like.
Well, I was thinking about bumping heads.
Oh, I wouldn't have no problem.
And they also got that little air thing in there just in case their vagina smells or penis, you know.
A little cheesy. Anyway, this is an After Dark episode. Let's get back to the story. So, you see,
I'm never going to have another After Dark, so I might as well get it all out now.
just let me get it out of me. I'm sorry, folks. So anyhow, I turned down my mic because of dogs. Yeah. Hello. Check. Okay.
Sounds beautiful, Daddy.
Thank you. Not weird. And that makes me feel uncomfortable, even though I'm the one that says daddy all the time. Anyways, moving on. So it finally pans around to Grogu, right? And Grogu, it looks like initially that he's using the Force to maneuver rocks around. That's the picture right here in the background behind us. You just can't see Yodi.
Yeah, whenever I saw it, I thought that he was. I thought it was a crab because it was moving weird.
Yeah. Well, I thought he was like dragging it. You know what I mean? And so he picks it up, and then he's like, it looks like he's gonna eat it, but I can't tell. Like, I don't think he was. I think he was looking at it to inspect the life form that he had just commanded to come to him.
You know, I'm kind of mad about something. In the first 2 seasons, you see Grogu eating all kinds of shit. You have not seen him eat one thing other than that little soup that Mando gave him a couple episodes ago.
He also ate the candy at Karga's office.
Oh yeah, that's right. But he hasn't eaten like no frogs or little
Nothing
baby
cute and
eggs.
adorable.
Yeah, well, remember he ate that one chick's eggs.
Yeah.
It was like the
Well-
last of her species, and he's just eating them.
No shame. But yeah, so I think maybe he was connecting to the rock creatures.
Oh, he was.
What do
Dude,
you think?
yeah, I think so for sure because he got surrounded by them. I thought there was only one of them at
Right,
first,
right.
and then as soon as he walked away, all of them started moving. I was like,
Towards the water.
"Holy fuck!" Yeah, they went away. So he was like connecting with them. That's another reason I think he's going to ride that goddamn mythosaur. Boom, beast control, y'all. What's up?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So Mando comes over, Din Djarin.
You're good.
You heard it, right?
No.
Yeah, you did. You had to.
No.
No? Okay,
No.
good. So Din Djarin comes over, picks up baby Grogu, and says, all right, bud, time to do some training. You can't just sit here all day. And as he sets him down, it says, we got a challenger. I challenge you. No, I'm kidding. And so, oh my goodness. And then, yeah, vape pen. Nice. So anyways, moving on. So he said, I got a challenge. And Bo-Katan comes out and says, are you sure? Are you sure this is a good idea? Din says, if he's ever to rise from foundling to apprentice, he must learn. And so the boy steps over there and looks at him and says, why doesn't he wear a helmet? Din replies, he is too young to speak the creed and so too young to wear a helmet. The boy mistakenly says, then he's too young to fight. Din says, one does not speak unless one knows. Is that not the creed?
This is the way.
No. Boy says, well, I know. Din says, perhaps this lesson is for you then. But,
Yep.
yeah, what did you think about that part?
I didn't like the fight.
You didn't like the fight?
Fuck no. Okay,
Why not?
look. First off, he shoots him one time, round stops, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shoots him again, round stops. He shoots a second time, but he dodges after Din sits down and says, hey, show them what you can do. You know, don't be scared. Let them know. He does one flip over him, one flip back. The boy goes, and then Grogu shoots him 3 times.
Yeah.
Instead of like, where's the cut? Shoot him one time.
Well,
cut.
I think the boy Ragnar was underestimating Grogu's abilities, and he was only shooting him once to see if he would even fight back, move.
Well, they
or
kept
dodge,
starting
or
the
parry.
round. Go shoot. Go shoot. The only thing I could think of was because he shot and missed, and he was out of bullets. So technically, Grogu has open fire because
Oh yeah, I guess so. That
that's
also
that's
makes
the
a valid
only thing
point.
that's the only thing I think of. But in my opinion, he should have been able to get shot one time, and then they started and see if you can dodge it once.
Yeah.
Because if you can dodge once, then it should be a tie.
If you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball.
You can dodge a dart, you can dodge a ball.
Oh my goodness. So
What?
Grogu wins by 1 point. There's a bad A flip right over the top of him. And then what I didn't like is when he flipped
Sucked.
over, he should have did a somersault instead of just a front flip and then shot him in the back.
He should have been flipping over him and shooting down at the same time. Tat, tat, tat.
Shoot him in his
Hits him all 3 times while he's doing one flip. That would have been
Yeah.
cool. But
That
instead, he
would've
does a
been
flip over, flip back, shoot 3 times. And like the kid's just like, huh. And like, that's it. Like, come on.
Well, his expression is because he underestimated.
Yeah, but so he doesn't roll or nothing? He doesn't try and move?
Well, dude, if you have like a 1 foot thing jump over top of you being like a 4 foot thing, would
He
you
still
not
has
be
darts.
shocked?
The first time, yes. The second time he jumps back over me, no, I would
Well, you're
freaking
looking
move.
like, where'd he go? Oh, crap. Yeah.
Ah, you can stick up for that kid. I don't like him.
I don't like him either. But anyways,
He's a horrible Mandalorian, and I think it's Paz's fault for giving
Raising
him
a-
such
a bitch.
Yeah, yeah, because he's just.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm kidding too.
But, look, check it out. So, I love when Bo-Katan said, did you teach him that? Like Mando can do somersaults. Really?
Somersaults. You mean front flips?
Don't matter. It
A
don't matter.
somersault on the ground.
Somersaults when you up in the air and you do like a
No.
rotation with a flip, dude.
No, a somersault when you roll on the ground, like a frontwards, like a front flip,
That's a
but you
cartwheel.
roll on the ground. No, you roll on the ground like a front flip.
That's
That's
not
a somersault.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Comment down below. Let us know who's right and who's wrong.
All right. And I'll put it in there, maybe someone doing a somersault. No, I'm kidding. I'm not doing that mess. But anyways, we know who taught him that, and it was Luke Skywalker.
You mean Jake?
Well, who cares? Anyways, so the boy gets all butthurt and walks off, right? And then you see that big old bird, hawk, eagle,
Well,
whatever.
you forgot that his dad says, "One must not speak what one does not know." And then the armorer says, "This is the way."
Yeah.
So I was right. I'm just kidding.
No, you're good. So anyways, but yeah, so the boy walks off. I think that's why he stays quiet, right? Because the father's like, one does not speak if one does not know. Because he don't know the words to say that getting his butt whooped by a little Grogu that appears to be an infant.
Well, a lot of Mandalorians, if you notice that they don't really speak unless they're spoken to or if they know.
If they have something to communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's where that comes from.
I totally couldn't be a Mandalorian.
Oh hell no.
No,
I talk too much. I do a podcast.
I'd have to be like Kyle, man. I would never shut up. I love you, Kyle.
And besides, I if I was a Mandalorian, I could not be the ones that don't take off their helmet because I can't even wear a dang hat. So
Yeah. Well, you technically have a hat on full time.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's my problem. I can't even wear a hat. Like it pisses me off.
Oh, you can't wear a hat because it drives you
Yeah.
nuts?
Well, yeah, my head gets all hot. I got a bunch of hair up here, dude.
Yeah, well, I'm thinning if you can't see. This is not just one big forehead. So let's get on with it. So the boy walks off and gets picked up by that big old bird. And they're like,
I want to call him a dragon.
I think it might be a hawk,
Pterodactyl.
dinosaur.
Either way, they live on a planet that tries to keep beating them. So
Well, let's call it a dragon for fun.
dragon.
Okay. Let us know in the comments what he really is, please. So anyhow, gets picked up and they go off after him, right? At first, I'm thinking, oh, this is gonna be cool, man. They're gonna wrestle a freaking bird out of the sky, dude. Like, this is gonna be awesome. And they get going, and they run out of fuel. This is the first time I think I've ever seen a Mandalorian run out of fuel on a rocket.
I've always wondered if they had like an unlimited supply of fuel,
Yeah.
and now I know that they don't.
Yeah. So where do they get their fuel from? What's their fuel source?
Oh, gas from where the narwhal go. Narwhal.
What?
The flying.
Oh, the bird.
I call them narwhals, but they're not narwhals because that's it's an actual. What is that light speed
Oh,
thing.
the Purgles.
Purgles. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just follow them and stop off and get the gas that they eat.
Right. So they go after them and they run out of fuel and it cuts. You see one guy drop and then you see Paz drop and then you see Din drop, and then he says, "I ran out of fuel," and they always get away. Like, if they always get away, why even bother?
Yep. So they already knew that they weren't going to make it.
Right.
I don't know why.
Wouldn't they have ships?
Well,
I mean, they got to this planet, right? They didn't just get dropped off by random people.
I know Mando does, and I know Bo-Katan does. And luckily, Bo-Katan was there to follow the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call it a dragon. Not going to kiss my ass. Follow the dragon. But whenever I was watching this, I was like, why didn't she try and rescue him like while she was following him?
Yeah.
And it's because they say it later on, like actually while they took off, he goes, "Don't shoot."
No blasters because
It'll kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when she was taking off and she found out where it was, she didn't want to get too close, thinking that it was going to kill the kid. She comes back to them in the morning. She says, "I found the place. I've mapped it out and everything. It's up on top of this peak, and we can get to it." She shows them the map, shows them how to get up there, and then Paz Vizsla says, "That's way too high." And she goes, No. I used to climb stuff. What is it called? Where is it at?
She used to climb mountain peaks or something.
I used to climb Kara Masut. Kyra Masut. It's a peak on Mandalore a long time ago. She says she used to climb it for basic training, and it was way higher than that.
Yeah.
So she should be able to make this. The only thing is they're going to have to park a little bit far away and walk the rest of the way.
All right, so she gets back, and she and Bo-Katan and Din Djarin both say that they're going to go after the boy. Okay, and then the armorer tells Paz Vizsla to join the Shrek Hawk training team to accompany them. Okay, so that's why I was calling it a hawk. Maybe they have a contingency Shrek Hawk because
Shriek Hawk?
Shrek Hawk, yeah, because it happens more than once. This is an ongoing issue.
I never even thought about the team that she calls out.
That's why I said maybe it's a hawk. Maybe that's what they call it.
And it doesn't look like no damn hawk, but we're gonna call it.
We're gonna call it a dragon.
Yeah, we're gonna call it a dragon.
So, anyway, she tells Paz to join the Shrek Hawk training team to accompany them. She also tells them that she'll pack extended lariats for your launchers, or for their launchers.
Yeah. Okay. That the launchers is the climbing stuff, right?
I think so.
Okay. I have a problem with this. They've had these things for so long, right? They got all this upgraded stuff, but they can't figure out how to make your fucking shit retract. That climb would have been 10 times easier with the shoot, pull.
Yeah.
Instead, they're like climbing most of the way, and every now and then,
yeah,
they gotta climb and probably like re-reel that stuff. I don't know. Learn how to make that shit retract. It shouldn't be that hard.
Well, I mean, you see where they live, right? It's a desolate place.
Yeah, but do you see the armor? Like they
armor.
They get fuel. Yeah, they get fuel for their or jetpacks somehow. They have all these like the flaming thing, the whistling birds,
Yeah.
or whatever it's called.
Yeah. So, as they fly away, Grogu's like, "Oh, I wish I could go." The armorer says, "You are too young to join them," and then looks down at him and says, "All in good time." Come, Grogu. If you wish to become a Mandalorian, there is much work to attend to. So, they show him walking into the cave, and at first you're like, okay, this cave is kind of bland, right? And then you see the armorer's workstation, which is pretty dang awesome. So Grogu walks up to a table, and it's a table that looks just the right size for him, okay? You tell me, who in the heck has a 6-inch table on the ground? Like, nobody, dude. Nobody. So, the Grogu walks up to a table as the armor is using the forge, and then the armor goes to tell him that this is the forge. It is the heart of Mandalorian culture. Just as we shape the Mandalorian steel, we shape ourselves. We all begin as raw ore. We refine ourselves through trials and adversities. The forge can reveal weaknesses. And as she's pounding away at that little plate she's making for him, you can see his demeanor go from excitement and curiosity to fear and sadness and
Dude,
terror.
this whole time I've been watching him, I feel like all he does is he's scared. He's always shaking. He's got the lip. He looks like he's frowning all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to turn evil, man.
If you look at where, think of him being an infant, right? Infant.
Dude, Grogu's going to go evil later on, about 10 years.
I don't know. In his term, it'd probably be 100. But, whatever. So
Yeah. Whenever he's about 500 years old, he's going to be an evil little Yoda.
Grogu.
Yeah, same thing. I don't know their species, so I'm going to call him a Yoda.
Yeah. So at this point, Grogu has a flashback, and it goes to Coruscant, and I'm assuming the Jedi Temple.
It is the Jedi Temple.
It looks like the stormtroopers, or clone troopers, should I say. Period correct. Sorry. They break in, and then they start...
Order 66 is happening.
Right. This is the same night as Anakin Skywalker becomes Darth Vader / half the man he used to be.
Everybody was spectating that. Yeah, everyone was spectating that it was going to be Anakin that stops him, or Palpatine that stops him, and that's how Grogu ended up getting captured in the first place. And they wanted to save him to use the midichlorians because they were all already thinking about cloning and stuff like this. There's all kinds of speculations, but that's not what happened. Keep on going.
Okay, so you see after the troopers get through the door, Jedi 1 says, because this is their subtitles, okay? We don't have names.
No. Look, I even got Jedi 3 dies.
Yeah,
Jedi
I didn't write
4.
that stuff down. I only wrote what was spoken.
So
because Jedi 2 grunts and then dies.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Jedi 4 grunts and dies.
Yep. Jedi 3 is the one that tells them, get him on the elevator and get him up. Go ahead and keep going.
Yeah, so Jedi 1 says, get him to Kelleran. And then Jedi 2 dies. And then Jedi 3 says, the elevator, get the youngling to Kelleran, go. And then Jedi 4 dies as he's trying to defend baby Grogu. And so it goes up to the top floor, or the roof, what apparently looks like the roof, and opens up the door.
You know what? She yells out, get into the elevator.
Get to the chopper.
But he's already in the elevator.
Right. Well,
So it was really weird. It's really bad. Honestly, this whole thing could have been a little bit longer and put together better. Because I don't think it was put together that good.
Whoa, dude, chill.
It wasn't put together that good. Think about it.
Chill.
They're like, ting, ting, ting. A bunch of they die. 4 Jedi die to 6 stormtroopers.
Yeah.
But Then that one girl just like walks away. She walks away while they're still fighting the stormtroopers to get him up the thing. She doesn't even look like she's like trying to block anything. Like she has like just a walking expression. Gets into the elevator, starts to fight. Like the fight, it just looks bad in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
And then she dies without even still trying. And she just doesn't look like she's trying at all.
Yeah.
And then she dies. He goes up. Sorry, go ahead.
So as he's going up the
made that
elevator, no, you're good. As he's going up the elevator, the doors open.
Mace Windu's standing there.
Oh,
sorry. It's Darth Jar Jar.
Darth Jar Jar? Don't you mean Keller and Beck? All right, folks, let me stop us here. I did a little research. I'm kind of proud of myself. So, who is Keller and Beck? Keller and Beck is a human male Jedi Master who was a member of the Jedi Order. He primarily focused on shaping the next generation of Jedi and oversaw several aspects of their training. This included being stationed on the Pelta-class frigate, the Athalia, where he tested students' wisdom. Okay.
He's a wisdom person, huh?
And it says here, just below that, did Keller and Beck survive Order 66? It says here, Beck also becomes the latest Jedi who survived Order 66, at least initially. He joins the Illustrious, Illustrious,
Nutritional?
No.
Nutrition?
No. Anyways,
Nutrition.
Group that includes Obi-Wan Kenobi, Yoda, Grogu, Ahsoka Tano, Caleb Doom, Kanan Jarrus, which is the same people, Cal Kestis, Sari Junda, and Gunji. Jocasta Nu.
There's more. There's more. There you go. Keep going.
Future Inquisitors like one-time Jedi youngling Reva Sivender.
Reva.
Yeah, Reva Sivender.
It's the one chick that kept getting stabbed by Darth Vader but doesn't seem to die.
Right. All right. And then, so yeah, Ahmed Best is the actor that we see as Kelleran Beck, and he's the same guy that played Jar Jar Binks.
Darth Jar Jar.
Me gosh, what's his thinking? Sorry, I had to add this all in there so everyone could understand the cool factor of him being in this episode.
The cool factor. I like it.
And
the cool factor.
Or the nerd factor, should I say, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah. I like that more.
But so when the door opens, he picks up the fallen Jedi's lightsaber, right? And he says, "Come on, you're gonna be everything." He says, "Hold on, I even have it written down. I don't know what I'm thinking." Me, gosh, what's that? He's thinking. Sorry. He says here, "Everything's gonna be all right, kid." And then he picks up the saber and he goes, "Whoa," and he looks just mean. He looks masterfully mean.
You know what? I can say that his lightsaber combat with the bounce, the reflecting of the lasers and everything. Yeah, the deflect. That's what I said, right?
Mm-mm.
Did I say reflecting?
Mm-hmm. Which is it's the same thing, but it's
the deflecting of the lasers is pretty good. At first he looked weird, I thought, and then the more I saw him do it, and the second time I watched it, actually, I was like, wow. He's like, and you can see him actually hit it back, which looks cool because you can only see that a couple of times in the first seasons. No, the first 2 episodes. Yeah. Like you don't really see that after that, you know?
Yeah. And I really enjoyed his saber combat, like the whole thing, even the flight.
Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. Whenever I say first 2 episodes, I mean first 2 episodes of Star Wars, episode 1 and 2.
Yeah. Phantom Menace,
Sorry, go ahead.
and Attack of the Clones. But I got down here. He defeats the troopers masterfully because I didn't know he was a master. I just assumed by the robes and by his.
I don't think he is a master.
No, he's a master.
I think he's a master after Order 66, but beforehand, he's never on the council.
You don't have to be a council. You have Jedi Masters without being on the council.
You're right. You're right. Yeah. But usually you get on the council and then
the
get
council's
granted
only
master.
like what, like 10, 12 people?
I guess Qui-Gon was also a master, huh?
Yeah.
But he wasn't on the council. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good, man. You're good. So he defeats the trash troopers masterfully. They take a shortcut. Okay. And this, in my opinion,
was stupid.
Well, I was going to say distasteful.
Well, no, it was dumb. He went inside a freaking tunnel where there's no cars, and they had open shots at him, but they still couldn't take him down. And he magically got around a train. Come on, dude. Seriously?
Yeah. Well, he's a Jedi, so he knows when to take the exit.
Yeah, that's true. But also, Jedis know when to block, and they weren't blocking those fucking clones worth shit.
Right, and the clones didn't take no shots. These are clones, not stormtroopers. So they have accuracy. They have the ability.
Yep.
So I mean, it was poor taste in my opinion. And then what made it the worst was
they could have made the episode longer. The chase scene could have been better.
Yeah.
There's a few. The escape could have been like they could have just made it 10 more minutes.
Yeah,
and it would have been so good.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it was already so good, but
it was pretty good.
But
it could have been way better.
The worst part of the whole chase scene was the fact that they saw the peak of Umate.
Umate, yeah.
Yeah. Like why have this in there? Like that has no significant value to the episode other than we saw that peak in the last episode with somebody else.
Did you also know? I think it was in the Clone Wars at one point too. Unless
that somehow Dr. Pershing gets tied back into Mandalorian's path again. Din Djarin.
Oh, we don't know what happens to Pershing.
No, we don't. But that's what I'm saying. It's sort of bullcrap that they put that peak in there. It don't have any. I mean, it's cool to see it again. Like
that's pretty much all it was. Fan service.
Coruscant, that's cool again.
How much shit happens around this fucking peak?
Yeah, that peak's bad luck. Maybe they don't want nobody touching it because really the planet itself is full of dark energy, dark force, and if you touch it, you turn dark.
Well, it does have like a what's it called? Natural balance in the force. That's the reason the Sith built their temples there, and the Jedi built their temple on top of it.
Yeah,
which was dumb.
Right.
That's the reason it was able to mask Palpatine's presence of being there is because they built their temple on top of a Sith temple, which is stupid.
Yep. So no, you're good, man. You're great.
I keep apologizing.
They take a shortcut to Umate Peak, and when they get to the landing platform where they're going to leave the planet, we find out. Now, this is highly, and when I say highly, I mean humongous. Like, to me,
like my penis.
Shut up. Anyway, this is humongous excitement level for me because it's a ship from Naboo. Okay? It is a guard from Naboo. Like, it's...
Yeah, it's the guards from Naboo. And it's the same ship. I don't know if it's the same ship. It's the same type of ship in episode 1.
Yeah. So we know now that Grogu at least got on something from Naboo. We don't know if he went back to Naboo.
Yeah.
We don't know.
They crash landed because he got shot a couple times.
Yeah.
He crash lands. He jumps off. He starts talking to the people from Naboo. The guards.
Yeah, the guard
says, clones end up showing up. Yeah, go ahead.
The guard said, Kelleran Beck, that's where we learned his last name. Yeah. And he says, they're right behind us, or behind me. And the guard says, "What about the others?" And the most empty, saddening look in Kelleran's eyes we've ever seen. Get it? Because we've never seen his eyes before. He says, there are no others.
Yeah, but did he really look?
Well, no other Jedis.
Yeah, he got the one youngling and then took off. Didn't even try and see if there was any more there.
Well, you can't when you're getting chased with gunners.
He was killing everybody.
Yeah,
what made him...
well. I mean, you gotta know.
The one youngling.
Hold him.
They honestly, people speculate that Grogu was actually the real chosen one, but we'll see if he goes Darth Grogu or not. So,
ooh,
it's just speculation, of course.
Yeah, interesting.
Like I said, like if you listen to most books, usually whenever they make one side of the Force, like the dark side. So you say, like, if Anakin was created by Palpatine, he was created by dark Force energy, right?
Right.
Okay, so the Force tried to balance that, and they made a light side. Well, the light side of the Force, which would be Grogu. But people also say there's a bunch of stuff.
You know as well as I do, the Duel of the Fates isn't about the song itself. It's about the battle that ensued between Darth Maul and Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn. Because if Qui-Gon Jinn would have lived, then there's a good chance that Anakin Skywalker would have been raised in the ways of Qui-Gon Jinn's beliefs. And maybe Qui-Gon would have been more lenient about being compassionate and loving.
Qui-Gon's master was Dooku.
Yeah.
Dooku felt like the Jedi were wrong.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon also felt like the Jedi were wrong.
Yep.
The Jedi didn't want Qui-Gon to train Anakin.
Right.
So who's to say that he wouldn't leave the Jedi Order, because that's what he was going to do, to go train him himself.
Yeah.
And then they just go evil.
No.
Because Darth Sidious would show up and make them think that, because like he did with Dooku.
Count Dooku didn't realize Darth Sidious's plot until his head was on the chopping block, literally.
Yeah, exactly. And he was already taking hold of Dooku whenever Qui-Gon died. Yeah. So who's to say they wouldn't leave and then all of them to get together?
Well, I think Qui-Gon Jinn had a better head on his shoulders than Count Dooku.
Well, let us know down in the comments what y'all think.
So we can get back to the story. So anyways, it cuts back to the armor, right? And then she's finally finishing up the final touches on his little plate of armor. And it's like a I don't know, real small plate, like a circle plate. Y'all see it. But
it's not small. It takes up his entire body.
He's small, dude. And it's smaller than the width of his shoulders. Come on, man. Anyway,
she could have made him like two little shoulder blades, a little chest piece, maybe even a helmet.
I think if you look at Ragnar's outfit, I don't think they make all the armor at one time. I think the armor is earned through battle and through deeds of the creed.
You think that's how they get it? That would be nice.
Deeds of the creed.
If you think that's how, that sounds pretty cool.
It does, because I mean, you'll see it in the fight.
Mando has literally the most, and he has. It's because he found all the Beskar, so she made him like this entire outfit.
Well,
and that didn't have nothing to do with the creed.
So let's get into this.
He's bounty hunting.
Yeah, hold on though. It is a tradition in our culture for each to donate a small portion of what they earn to the Foundlings. Okay, so when Din Djarin came back to her after earning all that Beskar, he donated some of it. Remember? That's how she made his armor, because that is an honorable thing in the creed. Deed. Anyway, it's flipping touchy, right? It's like catchy touchy.
I like it. I do like it.
It's like the first time you realize what you're... Never mind.
The hell is that?
Yeah, moving on. So anyways, a small portion of what they earned to the Foundlings. It is with these scraps of Beskar that I forge your next piece of armor. All right. And then she goes on to say that Mandalorian steel shall keep you safe as you grow stronger. You will grow into this rondel as you grow. I'm thinking rondel is the type of armor that he just got from her.
Yeah, it's the type of armor. It's like the chest piece.
Yeah. So as you grow into your station, Foundling Grogu. So he's a part of the Mandalorians, the Covert. He's a part of it. Like, this thing is legit for him. It's about as legit as it can get at his current development.
It's legit.
So the
too legit.
Too legit.
It's too legit to quit.
Sorry. Showing her age a little bit. Anyhow, so the search party makes it to the camp, right? Makes it to the cliffs. And they set up camp because it's turning nightfall. And they prepare their rations. So I love this part. This is probably one of my favorite parts. One of my favorite parts. Bo-Katan says, hey, how do you eat when other peoples are around? And Din says,
once you get your food, you go and find a quiet place that you can take off your helmet.
No. Din says, you don't. He does.
Yeah, but then he says that you go off and find a place where you can take off your helmet and then you can eat.
Yeah.
But luckily, she's the one that's actually doing the.
Yeah. So Paz or whatever comes up and says, as she's getting up to go walk off, he says, "You are the leader of the war party. You have the honor of staying by the fire. This is the way."
This is the way.
So, I have to ask, dude, what would happen if somebody came back too soon? And like, I gotta go get the waters. Help!
Isn't it on my own free will? Yeah, it's the next day. They're getting ready to scale this cliff, and they make sure that they have all the stuff that they need. And while they're climbing, they keep shooting those things. Now, they're heavy. They're all heavy as crap.
Especially Paz.
Paz Vizsla is like, he's huge by himself. Paz, I don't give a shit how it is. He's huge by himself, but he's also got that Gatling gun, the turret, whatever the freak you want to call it, strapped to his back with all his bullets and a jetpack.
Yeah.
All of them got jetpacks on, plus all the armor, and they got to climb this thing. Basic training.
Heck yeah, dude. So
Bo-Katan's a badass.
Hell yeah.
But she also sucks, in my opinion.
Yeah. But no, I don't think she sucks. I think she's awesome. She might be better than Mandalorian, Din Djarin.
Well, she can't suck with the helmet on.
Well, she can stroke. Moving on, dude. That's fucked up. So they make it to the top, right? And they're looking around and they're like, all right, so the dragon's not here. Excuse me. And then
Tight.
thank you. It's a burp. It was a burp, not a sneeze. Right?
Sorry.
Yeah. Moving on. So Din Djarin, he's all like, "Choo. I see a heat source right over there. Yeah, like right over there."
Yeah,
And
it senses them through the force.
Yeah, and no heat source to his helmet, dude. Anyway, moving on. So he's all like, yeah, heat source. And Paz, being a father, he hurries up and runs over there and like, Ragnar. And then realizes that isn't his son. That's 3 little babies.
He doesn't realize that until they start chomping at him.
Yeah. And that's when the big old mama bird.
Bo-Katan yells out and she goes, "Wait, we haven't cleared the area." He goes, "You don't understand. That's my son. That's my son. Give me back my son." Sorry, Dr. Disrespect. So he says that, and that's when you find out.
Did you say Dr. Disrespect?
Yeah, it's a streamer.
Yeah, I know who he is, but
he's funny. I like him. That's when you figure out that Paz's Ragnar's father because you didn't know that beforehand.
Yep.
He's like, Ragnar, Ragnar. He says it twice as he's running over there, and it's not Ragnar. It's big old chickens. Ah, they want to eat them.
Or dragon chickens.
Dragon chickens.
Chicken dragons. No.
But big old mama shows up.
Yep.
She hawks out little guy with like no saliva, no, like it doesn't even look like his clothes have been burned because that happens when in stomach acid and stuff like that. She didn't chew up the food to serve it to her little younglings or
Now,
anything.
I have to ask, do you think he fought his way out?
Fuck no.
You think she just dropped him?
He goes, I was trying to feed them so she can eat the other people that's on there. That's what I wanted to do, but they were fighters, and she couldn't do that so easily. She tried to, but Bo-Katan shot him.
Yeah. But
I don't think that should have been alive. Should have been dead a long time ago.
That boy?
Yeah, little kid, yeah.
Yeah.
Should have been dead.
Well,
that should have been like
they slept all night long. I mean, where's this kid been at? And why is the mom not staying there on top of her babies, keeping them warm?
it's probably off looking for more food that she already had in her fucking stomach. Doesn't make any sense. Does not make any sense. There's a bad part. They could have made it better, but they didn't want to make it longer for some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe they just didn't understand how they were going to get it back, and they just thought, "Oh, we're just gonna maybe we'll do it like this. We can't let the kid die. It's a Disney show. Fuck that. Let that kid die."
So Paz jumps up and hits his rocket boosters and flies right into the mom's mouth. Like I was like, dude, are you freaking kidding me? You're not Boba Fett. What are you gonna do?
Dude, Boba has that rocket on his back, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a fun fact for you.
Huh.
Okay, you know how like in the movie he goes like this to shoot it? Well, when they first made the toy of Boba Fett, the only way you could shoot the rocket is by leaning him over. So they made it in the movie like that's the way you do it because they didn't really know how to shoot it. But like with the toy, you would lean them over and click the little button and it would shoot the rocket. So like in the movies, that's how they made it happen.
Nice.
Yep.
But yeah, I was hoping he's gonna. When I saw him initially go in there, I was like, dude, it'd be so cool if he gets swallowed and pulls that big gun out and starts blasting his guts out, like just. You start seeing bullets fly everywhere, like laser bolts. Just
that would have been cool. That would have been
dope.
A perfect ending. But instead, he grabs him with the mouth and grabs the little kid after they like do something to him. I don't remember what. I think they like hit him with some fire or something like that.
Better yet, right? Same thing happens. He gets swallowed. Boy gets grabbed up, flies off. The Mandos go after her, right? And they start shooting their grappling lines or whatever the heck they're shooting it with. And I'm thinking it's lines that look like it goes around to try to trip you up. I'm thinking it's those kind of lines, right? I don't know.
It's what she called. It's what she said earlier. I gave you more of these.
Right. So
whatever those were.
Right. Anyway, so same thing happens. They fly off. They go after the dinosaur or the dragon, and mid-flight when they're getting their butts beat by the dragon, then you start seeing them shoot out her stomach. That would have been so cool, dude. That would have been super dope.
I called it a string shot, like on Pokemon.
Yeah. So that would have been cool, and it would have been the same effect. He instead of Bo-Katan rescuing him, if he would have rescued himself.
Dude, okay, I've been playing a lot of D&D, right?
Yep.
My character, every time I kill something, I'm a little barbarian. I'm always wanting to eat stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like 3 foot, so like I'm a barbarian. Like I think I'm big, but I'm really not, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm always wanting to eat all the food. And like the whole time I'm watching that thing, after they trap it and it falls down, and it gets ate by that big old turtle
alligator thing.
Turtle alligator thing
that
attacked them in the first episode. Yeah,
or
that thing. It was that one died by Din Djarin. It was the same type of creature.
Yeah.
So after that happened, I was like, damn, there goes all that meat. I could have fed the whole tribe. And then some.
Yeah. True.
Could made jerky with that. I'm like, dry it out. Let's go, dude.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Bo saves what's his name? Paz, and Din saves the boy.
Yep.
Anyway, so
Done.
Din has to actually skydive, or not skydive, but like rocket downwards to save the boy because he's in a free fall, and he gets him saved, gives him the Paz. They on a like a little cliffside, and Paz like, you did me a huge favor,
Dad. Thank you, Dad.
Daddy. I wanted him to go so bad, like, Dad, fuck this shit.
And take off his helmet.
But he
I am Mandalorian, no more.
Yeah, but he said, "Thank you for doing this for me." Blah blah. I don't have what he wrote down. What he said. But basically, you did me a favor, and then he said, Din said, "This is the way," and this is the way.
That's what he said. Thank you. You did me.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that's pretty much what he said. You did me like a
huge favor.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
Thank you. Yeah. But hey, when the alligator ate that bird, you know what I said to myself? There's always a bigger fish.
That's what I said too. Isn't that fucking weird?
Episode 1, dude.
As soon as it keeps bringing you back to episode 1, right? Yeah. You got the ship that Din drives.
Yep.
The ship that shaped Grogu, not Goku, sorry, Grogu, and then
that'd be
there's
episode
always a bigger
3,
fish.
But the ship's also in episode 1 too. So yeah.
What? No. What? No.
Yeah, the ship's in episode 1, but the events are in episode 3.
No.
Yep. The events that Order 66 is in episode 3.
Oh yeah, Order 66. Yeah, it's talking about the ship.
Yeah,
the ship that saved them.
I think the ship's in every episode.
No, not the N1. Not the N1. Oh, you're talking about the other one?
Yeah.
No, because on number 3, it's different. It's only on number 1 whenever they're flying through the galaxy and they go to Tatooine.
Okay.
It's the one that Darth Maul attacks them in.
Yeah.
Yep. Apparently that scene was supposed to be longer, but they cut it down.
Yeah, I saw the cut footage. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was supposed to.
It's kind of bad.
Darth Maul was supposed to jump on top of like where Obi-Wan is, and they were supposed to fight on that lift for a minute before he kicks him off. Not Obi-Wan, but Qui-Gon kicks him off.
Yeah. Din Djarin. Qui-Gon, yeah.
Yep.
All right, so after saving the kid and coming back to the Covert, where their little base is, they get out of the ship, right? And as soon as they get out of the ship, you see the kid. And like, yeah, everybody's like, woo, congrats.
Yeah, everybody's slapping dicks.
Yeah, basically. No, I'm kidding. So the armor says, Bo-Katan Kryze, you have honored your house and all of Mandalore. My bad, fellas, ladies. You have done the highest honor of the creed, saving the Foundling. This is the way.
This is the way.
So Bo-Katan says, but hold up. This ain't over yet. We got 3 more Foundlings for you to take and raise and train. Okay? To train. So I had to ask you, do you think they're going to use them like Avatar and they're going to fly them around?
No, I think they're going to use them like Mandalorians do.
Mandalorians
like the Mythosaur. No. Think about it. Like the Mythosaur, they rode them. The Boba Fett rides the Rancor, and they just ride animals.
Right.
So I think they're going to train them and ride them.
Maybe Grogu is going to tame them.
Well, I think they know how to taming animals.
No. It might be in their DNA, but Grogu can get in their head.
Well, yeah, but they're still babies. Like if it was the big one and Grogu was there, it might have been a completely different story.
Grogu has some little friends now.
Yeah, Maybe. Dude, honestly, the next episode, I am kind of wondering what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, there's so much that could go either way. But
Well, it's because like this episode didn't really give us any of like what's actually like what exactly is going on in this. He's supposed to be going and getting IG-11's little memory circuit and then going back to Mandalore since he knows it's breathable now. But he's been here on this island for a good minute.
well, he only
and
went.
I don't know.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know exactly what is going on here.
Right. Well, he already got the whole ordeal with Mandalore is already settled. He just needed to get to the living waters, which he's already done. So
Yeah,
for him, Mandalore's done. He just wanted back in the Brotherhood.
that's true. So
But
like, what the
Mandalore's
fuck
not
is going to
done.
happen?
Mandalore's not done. It's not over. And the reason is coming up. Take it away, Clint.
So Bo-Katan gets taken into the forge, right?
Yep.
The
armor
she
says-
needs
Sorry,
needs some repairs on her armor. She's missing a couple pieces. Bo-Katan asked her, or she asked the armor, or the armor asked her, "Do you want the signet of the Night Owl?"
Yeah.
She goes, "Yes, but can I also have one of the Mythosaur?" The armor says the Mythosaur it belongs to all Mandalorians. It is always acceptable to wear as like a piece if you want to,
Or the whole set.
yeah, or the whole set. So Bo-Katan says, "Yeah, I'll take one of each, one on one, and then I'll also wear the Mythosaur." While the armor is forging, Bo asks if she's ever seen a Mythosaur, or she tells her that I saw a Mythosaur.
Yeah.
The armor replies with, "I would say you're very lucky. It is a noble vision."
Yeah.
Bo then says, "No, I mean, I saw a real one beneath the living waters of Mandalore." The armorer answers with, "When you choose to walk the way of the Mandalore, you will see many things." Bo-Katan then looks at her and says, "But it was real." The armorer looks her dead in the face and says, "Yeah, bullshit."
She didn't say
No,
that, dude.
she goes, "This is the way."
This is the way.
Dun-dun-dun.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
That's the end of the episode, y'all. That's it.
Man, look, I know it's only like 26 minutes or something like that, 25, 20 something minutes long.
No, you're thinking about Bad Batch.
No,
Bad Batch is
this is the same.
no, it's 32 minutes and 35.
Oh, that's right. We talked
32
about
seconds.
this earlier. 28 minutes. Oh, but look, okay. For the episode itself, I thought it was damn good.
It was, but they could have put more in it.
There's some parts that they could have done better, or maybe changed a few things, a few details, like the chase in the
Hold
tunnel.
on, before you do that, let's do least favorite parts.
Least favorite parts. All right.
Oh, you know what? Go ahead and say that. Unless your least favorite part was the tunnel part.
Man, just off the top of my head, least favorite part is probably going to be. You know what? My least favorite part is going to be when everybody starts taking off in their jetpacks. They go chase down the dragon.
And they run out, and even
they
though
knowingly knew they were going to run out of fuel instead of getting the ship.
I
Okay.
agree 100%. That's a good part.
Because he says that we never catch it. It always gets away. And, you know, like, if you know this is going to happen, why not just get a freaking ship?
They know they can't shoot at it
Yep.
because it'll kill the kid.
Mm-hmm.
They can't follow it,
Mm-hmm.
and they never grabbed a ship.
Yep.
Fucking jackasses.
But
My-
Bo-Katan is smart. I know. I really have to say, I really think Bo-Katan is going to be the leader.
She's honestly, she's the one that's qualified,
Yeah,
but she's probably not going to be.
right. But see, the way of the Mandalore, the way of the Creed deed is that she'll have to defeat the Mandalorian Din Djarin in battle.
Not if somebody arrives a mythosaur.
Oh shit! Yeah, maybe so. Maybe she's gonna go tame that mother.
Grogu, dude.
Come on, dude. Let's go.
We're gonna have to
Force.
follow Grogu.
Man, I'm telling you, this is so good.
Was I loud? I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine, dude. I have everything turned down. I only turned myself up so I can match your levels.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your favorite part?
Oh, my least favorite part. Calm down.
I thought you said your least favorite was the same.
No, I said that's a good one.
Oh, my bad.
That's a good one.
Totally.
My least favorite part is the fact that that little kid got thrown up with no markings, no saliva, no look like stomach acid was burning him. Nothing. He just gets hawked up like he's nothing, and it looked bad. Come on, guys. What are you doing over there, Disney? You should know better than this. Sorry.
This is the way.
This is the way. It was bad. The kid should have been dead. She went and looked for him, or she followed it. Then they had to go back, and then they had to walk. Then they took the night off.
It was like what, 2 nights?
Okay, look, and this is another thing. Paz Vizsla, he was like, "Oh, wow, they got away. We can never catch them, right?" This is his kid.
Yeah.
No emotion. And then he goes, he stays the night out at the very bottom. No emotion. Doesn't give a shit. He gets it to the top and loses his shit. Like,
well,
what?
Okay, so if you take it at face value, one does not speak unless one does not know, or whatever.
He didn't know.
He didn't know what to expect, so therefore he didn't react.
That's why you don't speak.
Basically, don't worry if there's nothing to worry about, or if you don't know what is or what is not. Basically, I guess I don't know, dude.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess I got.
But here's something crazy. Okay, they flew all that way, right? Going through the canyons. Why don't you fly over the canyon?
And have some of them drop out.
Well, okay, so you fly over the canyon, you're going in a straight line instead of going. Ooh.
And they could have checked to see if the damn thing wasn't there.
Yeah.
And if it's not there, you fucking land. Yeah, it's just plot holes.
Yeah.
Not potholes. Yeah. They fucked up.
And not only that,
mistakes.
Not only that, if they run out of fuel and they flew all that way, how far did they gotta walk? Come on, man. Come on, dude.
Well, she landed and said we have to walk the rest of the way, otherwise we'd spook it.
Yeah, right.
But it wasn't there anyway.
Well, I'm talking about on the way back when they go back to camp.
Well, they get back on the ship. They walk back to the ship and they fly back.
Well, no. I'm talking about when they take off and he's like, I ran out of fuel.
Oh, yeah. There? Yeah. That was a long walk. Yeah, that was a long walk back, dude. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, they got back. I was thinking that they were going to be showing up at like whenever Bo-Katan got back and be like, hey, I found. No, because when she showed up, they were walking out of the fucking cave. So, like, how far away was that? Like, I don't know. That was crazy.
It is crazy, dude. What was your favorite part?
Favorite part?
Drum roll, please.
I have it in here. Go ahead. Sorry.
My favorite part was probably the flashback. It introduced a new Jedi. Okay. It introduced a part of Grogu's backstory, which we know he was brought up with Force users, presumably Jedis. Okay. We knew that he is the species of Yoda and Yaddle, and you know what I mean? But we now have confirmation that he was at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant the night of the Order 66. And we now have confirmation that he was being raised by Jedis. Okay, so here's my question. Here is my question once and for all, and I think I made a case by this now. Is that Yaddle and Yoda's son?
We don't know. This is the thing.
This is the way.
I've heard people say that it was made like either they got it on, or they like used force energy to try and make them into Yaddle. So it's either they fucked or they force fucked.
Either way,
And that's how they were made. But yes,
the
I
stork
think
brought him a
so.
baby.
I think so for sure.
I mean, it's just too convenient that they're both long living species. They're
I remember
both
what my
at the
favorite part
Jedi
is.
Temple in that whole 1, 2, and 3 episodes. Okay,
Right.
in the movies. Oh, what's your favorite part?
My favorite part, I got it wrote down. It is the fact they ran out of fuel.
That's your favorite part?
Yeah, because it's never been shown before
Oh.
in Star Wars. So like it makes you think like it's not fucking fake. It was
Yeah.
like the realest thing that they could have done in the show right now.
My second favorite part is the helmets. We now know they can't take off their helmets to eat, but they have to be absolutely by themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always known that.
I didn't know that. Okay, I'm not a deep dive Star Wars.
Well, you just can't take it off in front of people.
Right. Well, I thought they had to keep it on the whole time.
No. Just when you're in front of somebody. But like they're always in front of somebody.
Right.
Especially if you're married.
Especially if you're on Coruscant.
Imagine trying to sleep next to a dude with a helmet. or a chick.
Imagine trying to sleep in a hotel room on Coruscant. 1 trillion people. Dude.
Yeah. No. Yeah, but
You go by a window, you're fucked.
you have to you can't marry, because if you do, you're never going to take off your helmet. You're going to have separate beds, because you can't go to sleep and then wake up looking at somebody else sitting right next to you.
Well, hold on. Okay, let's assume for a minute that Paz Vizsla married and had a kid while being a Mandalorian.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Okay, then if that's the case,
He
you would
fucked
have
with
to.
his helmet on.
No, I'm not worried about that part. I'm saying if that's the case, then he had to develop and retain a relationship with no idea of what your spouse looks like.
I mean, shit.
Based purely on
Does it
intellect.
really matter if they're like intellect or the body's nice? Bagger face?
But I mean, no, dude, that's not. No.
I'm kidding.
I know, but
Girls
no,
would probably
that's.
say the same shit. I don't give a fuck.
But look,
I'm
my
just-
point.
I'm
My
not scared
point
to
is
say it.
that's crazy to think like that, though. You know what I mean? That they don't know who each other looks like. They could be like the ugliest person in the world, dude. Like scars
Yeah.
all over their faces.
Like teeth, huge. They stick out like this.
Maybe the woman has a beard. You don't know.
Yeah, or just little stubbles.
Like, dude, that's an interesting concept to me.
But what if the body's nice? Like, hey.
Well, you don't see shit like that, dude.
You do after the clothes come off.
But do you take off all your clothes and just keep the helmet on?
I imagine they would take off some clothes. That's what I'm saying. They fuck with the helmets on, and it's weird.
This is the way.
This is the way, apparently. Shit. Just not catching on to what I'm saying.
Oh my god. What a
He's
great
got a
episode.
kid. He's got a kid, so you know that they're having sex, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do they do it with their helmets on, or
I mean, evidently.
completely naked, lathered up, helmets on?
Do you have like just a crotch slot?
I don't know what that is, so I'm gonna guess yes.
Well, like a zipper for the men,
Oh no, hell no, they don't.
like just a crotch
Like a
slot.
pee
You just,
hole?
yeah,
Or-
like
or
you
a
just
pee?
spread it open like a little bit and then
Hey, I got a question.
insert
It's really
here.
It's really for an after dark episode, but do you zip down to pee, or do you like open it up all
On
the way?
button.
Yeah, I just zip down.
Really?
Yep, just pull it out.
Well,
Very nice.
I wish we had this conversation a little later on. I could probably just leave it in there. It's nothing vulgar.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I always unbutton because I'd rather not get in too much detail. But you ever zipped up a hair?
I've zipped up my penis before.
Well, I zipped up skin too, but I mean, like, you ever zipped up a
You
hair?
know,
Like the hair gets caught in there and it yanks it. It's like pulling a hair.
I
It
shave.
hurts.
I don't
Well,
shave all the way, but like I shave. I don't let it get long.
Yeah. See, I always fear that using the zipper too much will cause it to wear out, and then you'll be walking around with your penis just flapping in the wind. It's like, dude, like, your pee hole is open. I can see foreskin. Yay!
No, that doesn't happen, man. You got that button to keep it like secure.
Oh my god, that's so stupid. Oh. Anyways, what would you
I
rate this
zip
episode?
down. I would rate this episode a 7.5.
Really, that low?
I've explained my reasons, and once you re-listen to this, you'll be like, okay, I can see. It didn't have enough story.
Well,
There was not enough story behind each thing, like you kept saying.
I was gonna rate it an 8, so I guess it's not really that low.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, like I heard 7, and my brain immediately took off a point.
If this episode had like some story behind like the spots where like the climbing episode, like the way they retrieved the kid was stupid with the spitting out. I had a couple things wrong with this episode, you know?
Yeah.
And the Grogu part could have been explained a little bit better. It looked like we almost got what we saw in the trailer. It's just kind of crappy.
Well, I think what you're meaning with the Grogu part is it could have showed the rock creatures coming out of the water to him instead of, or show him picking them up out of the water.
I'm thinking about the flashback. No, I love the beginning part.
No, I do too, but I wish it would have showed us how they got there. Did he
just crawled up? I love the fact that they left that in suspense. No, they crawled up. Like the other one was moving. Like the very first one we saw, they just all crawled up to him, and he's probably sitting there talking to him through the mind, like he did with the Ahsoka. And then they just whenever he got up and walked away, they scurried off.
Do you think Grogu was talking to Mando? Mando's not. No.
Forced.
Hear me out, dude. It don't matter. Just have an imagination for a moment.
It's not.
Do you think Grogu is telepathically communicating to Din Djarin and telling him, "Yo, bro, I need to do something here besides play with rocks"?
I don't know.
Okay, like the last episode when they go to Mandalore, and Din Djarin's way off on the ship, and he looks back at Grogu and he's like, "Hey, it'll be all right, dude." Like he knew that something was wrong with Grogu. Like he knew to turn around and confront him and kind of tell him it's going to be okay.
I don't know. I say no. You can say yes. You can have your own feelings, but
let us know down below.
Did we? That's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we've been done.
Hey, if y'all like this episode, let us know how much you like down in the comments, right down there. Go ahead, drop your comment down below. Do it right now, please. Go ahead. All right, James, take us out here.
66. Sorry.
Yeah, execute Order 66 and kill it.
Yeah. All right, fellas and ladies. If you enjoyed this episode, please do us a favor and like. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that button. It makes it better for everybody. No, I'm kidding.
It's better for me for sure.
Definitely. But yeah, so check out our other content on our Anything and Everything playlist. We go over movies, right? Like the bulk of it. And it's so awesome. If you love pop culture and just rando movies, it's great. I mean, I don't think we do a random movie, do we? We just do mainly
we-
pop culture movies and stuff.
What do you mean by random movie?
Like just a random up in the air movie.
Well, usually we have a vote on Facebook where they get the vote. The last time we did 80s movies and we got to pick our own. So we had a whole month where we actually got to pick our own movie, but it had to be 80s.
I guess
but
that would
usually,
be a random movie, huh?
Yeah, that's as close to our random movies I can think of. But usually it is from the polls that we have on Facebook.
Yeah. So check out that playlist. It's pretty good. We have a lot of fun doing it. Unfortunately, I will not be there this week. I have husband duties of getting my baby daughter's room ready.
And all we're talking about this week is James is actually missing a nice one. All we're going to be talking about is games that we would play outside as a kid and nowadays.
Oh, that's what we're doing this weekend? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I told you, remember how last week we didn't have nothing to do?
Yeah.
So like we didn't know what to do, and Coleman thought about this for this week. So we're doing
I
it.
suck. Honey, by the way. I'm kidding. I would get murdered if I fell back off my plans. But anyway, but check that out. Okay, check out our Facebook group. It's Anything and Everything Nerd Style, where we talk about anything and everything nerd style. If you have anything you want to talk about, whether it's Star Trek, the new Picard season, oh yeah,
Dragon Ball Z,
anime porn. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
Or am I? Anyways,
if you want to post there, I don't give a shit.
yeah, just post.
I might check it out.
Nerd Heart Desires. We would love to have you, but check it out. It's free to join. No blockages. No questions, which we should probably have.
Nah, fuck it. Free to join.
That'd be fun.
I have 218 people. We can't have it. Like,
Yeah.
we need more. We go to about 1,000. Maybe I'll start asking questions.
Unlimited power. Sorry. Anyways, check out our other stuff on Discord, where we share the thumbnails and sometimes movie clips, and we also do Minecraft chats through Discord. So if you happen to join and we're playing, come hit us up.
Honestly, if we start getting more people in Discord, I will start being more active in Discord because I really want to be. But we need more people.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get that Discord full and let's start having some conversations in there, posting some funny stuff, nerd stuff, of course. And like, Discord's the limit.
Yep.
Sorry.
Did you just say Discord's the limit?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god. Anyways, check that stuff out, right? We're just now making ourselves on the Spotify, and soon we'll be coming to all podcast stations wherever you get your podcast from. But we're not quite there yet. Probably another week, month. It's just whenever we have time, we work on it. As of right now, we're pretty busy. I think Clinton's doing 3-4 shows. The Bad Batch, our Mando show, the Sunday show where we do the movies, and then D&D. So I'm only on 2 shows. So it's
and me and him are the only
technically.
ones to edit. So like we got to do these shows plus edit them.
Yeah, while we have our wives nagging at us about.
Well, my wife only yells at me. Yours is a little bit different.
Well, she don't yell at me, but she's like, "Come on, man! Like, I need us time," which is understandable. I love my wife, but yeah. So, check all of this stuff out, right? Yeah, I think that's it, huh?
Yeah, just check it out. Make sure to like and subscribe. Go sign up to all of our stuff. Watch all of our shit and get the fuck out of here.
Peace. I went up an octo there.
Yeah, you kind of cut it. You're like,
Oh, sorry. Peace. Or I could do like the Death Star. Peace.
you know, I've noticed whenever I laugh, I hear like a wheeze sound. Like, apparently I have like a wheeze because like I go completely silent and then you just hear like, like that. Oh shit.